Rest in power to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in power to Nipsey Hussle. I'm going to speak on this because I think there is a message in a glass bottle to all this, right? And if you're a smart kid out there, then the biggest message is just leave the industry alone. Overall, leave the industry alone. Do your own thing, right? Make your own music on your terms. Because when you sign a C-O-N, contract, just understand that not everything that shines is gold, right? So, with that being said, let's start here. You got someone who's for the Bronx. Let's start here. It all has a point to where I'm going, right? A boy. He was a boy, and raised in poverty. We already know I'm from New York originally, so we know how it was in the 80s, 90s, crack era, poverty. We know. We got someone they counted on and looked up to as a father figure, took advantage of them in the worst way you could imagine, right? Someone who was well respected and looked at as just a legend, icon, right? That person grows up, the whole world sees his pain. He gets into all types of beefs on social media, on YouTube. He gets made fun of. He gets called just crazy, all these things. He's not getting therapy, so, or at least in the public's eyes. So YouTube becomes that therapy, right? He's underestimated. And I'll tell you how he's underestimated, because he wears the fact that he cries, the fact that he does pull a lot of antics. It makes people think it's easy to get over on him. See, the way that this was played, first off, with Nipsey Hussle, as far as Nipsey Hussle, what I heard on that recording, where the individual, I really don't like to say names like that, but the individual on the recording, Whack 100, when I heard him saying what he was saying, the only thing that could go through my mind was, how would you get that type of tape? Whether it's how could you get that tape? Right? We all got to know people. We all heard rumors about people doing all types of things. It's a lot of freaks out here. It's a lot of all types of stuff out here, right? Not everybody's walking around with a tape, right? Or saying they have a tape of somebody. Unless there was some type of inside job there. You get what I'm saying? So, Hassan goes to this podcast with 6ix9ine, DJ Academics, and Whack. They all thinking, okay, this dude's going to be Hassan, emotional, reckless, right? Obviously, anybody knows it's going to come with the viewers. That's something to capitalize off of. Right? Not realizing that he had his own agenda. And he flipped it. See, whether Whack wants to admit, right, that or not, that's his business. But a new rabbit hole opened up. And that was Nipsey Hussle. This reminds me a lot of the movie Fresh. If you remember that movie with the kid, Fresh, from back in the day, where he was a child, and because he was a child, they underestimated him, and he ended up outsmarting all these dudes, because they underestimated him. He was playing chess. Hassan knew. You gotta realize, as much as he's made fun of for the Bambaataa situation, he turned that into a strength. Because I'm sure there's things that Bambaataa's taught him and told him about the industry where he knew off rip not to trust anyone from the industry, because he's dealt with, and in his time, probably the biggest top industry cat in New York. Hands-on. See, sometimes the best way to learn is from the devil himself. Don't ever underestimate people. See, a lot of people, they're gonna be like, oh, well, that just proves he records messages. Go watch Vikings. Go watch Game of Thrones. Go watch The Last Kingdom. Go watch any of these shows, and you'll see it was based off of nothing but treachery. In a sense, we are living in Game of Thrones. In a sense, that's all based off that. All those characters are what's flowing around today. The treachery, the betrayal. There comes a time where you're going to have to play chess and learn how to, as some people would say, snake a snake. Nipsey Hussle was somebody who, to get to Nipsey Hussle, because this is a big part of it. He was somebody who, no matter what you say about Nipsey Hussle, no matter if that was true about his sexuality, right? What Nipsey did for people and what he taught people can never, ever be dismissed or discredited by anybody. Nipsey was the true definition of a king, his own powerhouse. And it seems like people hated that. Nipsey spoke about cryptocurrency before people were really speaking about cryptocurrency. Nipsey was talking about setting up businesses and buying land from a puppy when I would hear him on old documentaries or old videos, right? Like I remember he had a video with Gilly the Kid in there, and Nipsey, I was about 16 at the time. And Nipsey was just, I was actually 15 at the time. Nipsey was just spitting truth. We seen somebody elevate from bullets ain't got no name to, look, we buying businesses. Let's switch up the frequency. Someone who was uniting different neighborhoods. Opposition. And bringing people together. Someone who in his video with YG he had Mexican flag in there and was supporting the Mexicans. He was supporting everybody around the board, telling people to come together, teaching people about economics and all these things, right? Helping people out. Why would you even want to tape on somebody like that? That's the big question. So when I say Hassan played, it reminds me of the movie Fresh, is because it seems like he was looked at as easy target, emotional, reckless, doesn't think, easy target, not realizing he's still an OG from New York, still an OG from the Bronx. He still survived to the point he's at now. Some people can go through things that you can't imagine, and they may only have one arm left, but they still survived. They may have made it through The war. They may only have one arm, the other one broke. They like, ugh. But what type of knowledge you think they still have? What type through experience? You can't underestimate anybody. Anybody. Ever. Ever. This is a message. Don't underestimate anybody. And this goes for everybody who wants to get in the industry. Once again, don't underestimate anybody because everybody has their own agenda. Just because someone smiles with you and acts like your friend, you never know what that person's true agenda is. Now, moving forward, because what I was saying about Nipsey and them having tapes, it reminded me of something that this A&R executive said back in the day. Let's listen to it.
Y'all, they fucking niggas around out here. Y'all, they are fucking niggas around. They giving niggas some shit that ain't even what you think.
What he talking about? What he talking about?
You fuck around, wake up tomorrow, shit, ass nigga with a footy on, and don't know what the fuck you just done did. I mean, real shit. Your motherfucker meat pistol fucked up and your ass hurting. You don't know what the fuck to say. You don't know who to tell. But this is what the game is going to.
Once again, what is he talking about? What is he talking about?
That's what it's going to. Then, here it is, it's time for a contract to come out. Nigga want to sign you for 5 years. You like, nah, dog. So you don't want to sign with us? Nah. Not for no nah. Man, pop in the tape. Show this nigga what he did last night.
That's all I'm going to play. Matter of fact, I am going to let it go just a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
I'm serious. Dude, this real shit I'm telling y'all though. Pop in the tape. You seen that motherfucker like, man, what the fuck? Yeah, well, what the fuck? That's what happened.
Are you listening?
You got fucked. What you gonna do? You gonna sign that contract. You don't want nobody in the hood to see that shit. You don't want this shit to get out, dog. I'm telling y'all, and this is what I'm telling y'all like this. These niggas that you see constantly high, they're not getting high because they like to get high. They're getting high because they know what they done done. And they can't live with that shit for real.
Now, even off the way he talking, the way he maneuvering, his body language, he seems like someone who's very aware. He doesn't seem like a joker to me at all. At all.
So, I'm telling y'all this from me. This is some real shit. This real shit I'm telling y'all. This real shit. So
when I sat here and I said, Hassan, see, people are put in certain positions for a reason. I'm starting to see that more and more as I get older. Like, when you see people giving, their YouTubes blow up or certain people, it's like they're being placed there, right? On a this was already written in the stars is what I'm trying to say. Like we all have our own jobs. And based on someone like Hassan's experience and the traumatic experiences he's been through, to me it looks like he had to learn from the devil to beat the devil. I mean, that's what it looks like. After watching what this guy just said, right, I'm going to ask this question again. Why would anyone have any tape on Nipsey Hussle and what he does behind closed doors? Why is that anyone's business? I'm going to let y'all answer that. I'm going to let y'all figure that out, you know. I'm going to let y'all figure that out. But he just told y'all, you know, how they play in that game. In that game. Rest in power to Nipsey Hussle. Rest in power to everybody. You know, King Vons, the Pop Smokes, the Biggies, the Tupacs. Rest in power to everybody, because at the end of the day, the rabbit hole goes very deep. Very deep. And if you're not paying attention and you just want to get in that industry, just realize you're on a devil's playground. Rest in power, Nipsey.